Did people know what you guys were doing though?
They called us nerds.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the hip hop community? Did they think, was there any conversation of N.O.R.E fell off and he's doing this?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm so glad you asked that. I was waiting for this.
Right.
Yeah. And guess what? Can you see any of one of your favorite rappers without a podcast
Right.
now?
Tell me about it, man. And respectfully so. Come on.
Yes. Listen.
Respectfully.
Joe and Jada.
Yeah.
Is two of my friends. I love them. But I look at them and I say, look at me.
Yeah. Did any of
Look
them
at me. Hold on, let me finish. Look at me. You can look at Jada Kiss's intro, like that's N.O.R.E's intro. You can look at Fat Joe's mannerism of every time he cuts somebody off. You don't think, who you think he got that from? I just cut you off.
You're right.
Who you think he got that from?
You've been watching.
And I salute that they took our formula, because if you look at the two most guests that we ever had on Drink Champs, it's Fat Joe and Jada Kiss.
Hey man, you know what I love? The Jadakiss recalling the handshake shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the best.
That's interesting, because now I think Joe Budden was like the first rapper that stepped into that lane and really took it serious and really took it somewhere. I mean, even with it being called I'll Name This Podcast Later, that got into hundreds of episodes just for him to turn around and call it the Joe Budden's Podcast is hilarious. But the fact that he kind of vanguarded this lane of rappers going towards journalism. Now, what N.O.R.E did, definitely. That formula, that's all N.O.R.E and DJ EFN. That Drink Champs, and it's crazy how long it's actually been around, because you realize, yo, this joint been around for 15 years, 20 years almost. And it was crazy that at the beginning, early stages, we was kind of like, all right, this nigga N.O.R.E, he getting a little too drunk, you got to learn how to fly the plane while it's in the air. And once you get that together, once you get the flight on point, from that point on, you become the best kind of pilot that you can. And he definitely piloted it a long way. But what I want to pay attention to is the fact of what he said about other rappers, other artists that were calling them nerds. I think you even take somebody like Memphis Bleak, who has his podcast now, Rock Solid. But he spoke on way before he even ever got into the podcast lane. He didn't really like the podcast. He didn't want to sit down and talk with niggas and maybe even do interviews to an extent. And I think a lot of people, number one, they seen the potential with the money in it. Because even if you take what I do, right? I do skits, I make music, but I do creative comedic skits that are hip hop centered. A very unique lane that I carved out. And at one point, when the algorithm was actually rewarding to us creators for being creative and creating something that you haven't seen before, it made sense that it would push it to the people that actually subscribe to us. Now the algorithm is about interest. And what's more interesting than the latest things that's going on and people sitting down and having conversations? Now, granted, if I can take that same comedic formula and stretch it out for 8 minutes, cool. But that's like asking me to write a song for 8 minutes every single time. How many verses is that? That's like 7 verses, 6 verses, which is like 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Crank, you could do it. Nigga, you do it. But my point is, so with the algorithm favoring longer form content, that's where the money is going. And now these rappers, former rappers, are realizing that whether you're in the journalism side where you're just talking about stuff, or you just having conversations on camera with people that you came up in the game with, or whatever the case may be, it's such a dope lane. Because yes, we want to hear these stories. I enjoy all these podcasts. Manny Fresh and Juvie's podcast, Joe and Jada's podcast, T-Mac and Vince Carter got a podcast called Cousins. Of course, All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Stack 5 is like that. You know what I'm saying? And so people that were once either in the game or at the top of the game, sitting down having conversations with other people who was either in the game or at the top of the game, and hearing their perspective and sharing stories is dope. And it's a lane that they're going to ride it till the wheels fall off, because I don't know how long it's going to last. I mean, that's like saying how long is interviewing people going to last, right? I don't think it's going to die or go away no time soon, but I do think that there's such thing as oversaturation, and that will always be a thing. Like, that's the reason why I'm happy with what I do, because I'm able to be in this lane and discuss things and this, that, and the third, but I still actually have the talent. I'm still actively making skits. Like this skit I just made about 50 Cent and T.I. battling each other.
Frank Lucas. When that load this clip up at you, it ain't no blooper. My bullets is fast and furious, you running from looter. They call you Tip, cause the tip line be hitting you up. I know you were back, it must be Rap History Month. You a B-list actor, I had you on set. Then Cardi be a nigga just to fire you offset. You want smoke with 50, you claim you the king of the South, when you ain't even out so Wayne. You try comedy on the ATL scene. They threw tomatoes at this pig, made you a BLT. I could tell somebody probably gas you up on your team. Just stand up, had niggas doing the dope fiend lean. I cut your life short like you did your dreads. You the first BLT I seen without bread. You don't really want smoke on verses, you nervous. It's time for this rap to finish raising them turtles.
Come to the South, homie, you know I'm the king. Only one of us got 5-0 in our name. I ain't know you was scared, thought you liked to compete. What you gon' jump on verses and post some memes? Your first two sounds cool, but most your albums is dumb. You been making the same song since 2001. Got shot 9 times, but I heard it was 5. They call you 50 cause you told half truths in your rhymes. You like 50 years old, trying to beef like you 20. After 800 means the shit is no longer funny. Tried to have a friendly battle, but you're scared of the pressure. Can't bring your unit out cause half of them don't respect you. Lloyd Banks ain't your man, Young Buck ain't your folks. Even Game threw you out the white selling red rose. You play the same character in every movie you do. You been mumbling for 30 years like you only eat soup.
But back to the point, I just find it interesting that so many artists would clown N.O.R.E. and EFN for carving out this lane and podcasting and really taking it serious, and will probably even come to the show and would have a great time and still didn't get it. But now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is the wave, this is the way. So hopefully it don't get oversaturated. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section.
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9. 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand. 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the clan. Fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to still chew this ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.